Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Chris, and welcome back to the 2015 NFL Playoff Predictions. We are on to the Divisional Round, as 4 teams have now been eliminated, and 4 teams will move on to face up against the top 2 teams in each conference. It should be great football, because now all the pretenders are out, and now all the real contenders are in and have been established. This is going to be a fun weekend, and I am very much looking forward to it. But anyways, as we always do, let's look back at myself and Gocubs predictions and see how we did in predicting the games this week.
The Chiefs are gonna capitalize on that winning streak more and keep going.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs too.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with the Bengals as well.
I still think the Seahawks are gonna win again.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too.
They're fucking packed.
I'm gonna go with the Redskins. Okay, so a little bit of a rough start for me. Went 2-2. The Bengals game was a very tough choice for me. I really wanted to pick the Bengals because of the fact that there just seemed like a lot of hope there, that there was this changed attitude. This was a much better team than they have been in the past. And I don't want to say this was A.J. McCarron's fault or the fact that Andy Dalton was not there. It really came down to just shitty people on the field. And we'll talk more about this. We'll do a little bit of a recap of some of the games with my friend Gocubs. If he tried to watch the games this weekend as much as he could, so whatever we can discuss, we will. But definitely the Bengals game is something we're going to talk about. And the other game that I was wrong about was the Packers-Redskins game. I do not regret picking the Redskins at all. And that's just because of how strong of a showing that they have been doing in the past few weeks. They showed that they are competitors, though. They were still fighting pretty much till the very end of that Packers game, and hats off to the Packers, because it finally seems like they got their act together, and that's going to be one hell of a fight for the NFC title. I'm very much looking forward to it. Alright, and on to Gocubs' predictions. He's 3-1, so he's out in front early. So the only thing that he got wrong was also the Steelers-Bengals game. We both went with the Bengals. Now, hats off to Gocubs. He's going to be... He was at this point last year, and he ran the table afterwards, going 10-1. So, we'll see if he can keep the predictions up. I've not actually talked to him about what his predictions will be, or if he knows what his predictions are going to be. So I'm going to find out if we agree or not. If we agree on everything, then I'm not going to be able to catch up with him. But I'm only a game behind, so who knows. But let's move on to everyone's favorite segment, RIP. As 4 teams are now here at this point. And it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of sad. We talked about these teams, you know, that the Bengals have so much potential every single time they go to a playoff game, and then they lose it. This is really one of their unprecedented losses, where it really came down to the behavior on the field rather than the actual gameplay itself. And it's sick and it sucks. And again, it's something that I'll bring up to Gocubs during when he actually comes on here. The Vikings game was so close. It was a missed field goal at the very last few seconds to give the win to the Seahawks, and there is a lot of hope for the Vikings. They played good football today, or Sunday. I'm recording this the day of, but good for them. I think that they have a strong future, but unfortunately they came up short. Could not move on to face the Cardinals. Meanwhile, the Washington Redskins, we talked about them. There's so much potential with this team. Another draft should put them as contenders. I think it will be them against the Cowboys, and maybe even the Eagles for the next few years in terms of the NFC East. I'm not including the Giants in there because I don't see it happening right now. Especially like with newer coaches, it's very rare that we see people like Gary Kubiak could take over a team and lead them into the playoffs, let alone the fact that he's now the number 1 seed in the AFC. So I don't know. I think it's really gonna come down to the Cowboys and the Redskins because they have the potential, but I don't know, because at the same time, do the Cowboys really have that strong enough of a team with Tony Romo? Who knows? I don't know. They've proven it in the past, but they're going to need to figure out what the hell is going on with them. And then the Texans. What a pathetic way to lose a playoff game. The first shutout since the Giants were shut out by the Panthers a while back. Really sad ending to what was otherwise kind of a miracle season, because we all was like, oh yeah, the Colts are going to win it again. No, not this time. The Texans, all these teams have bright futures. I think the Texans do too. They need a quarterback. They need a new quarterback, and that playoff game absolutely proves it. So, sucks to suck, I guess. I wish all of these teams well. I hope that they can build on what they did, and hopefully do better next year and make it to the playoffs again. So we'll see what happens. As for the teams that remain, here it is. 8 teams that are all pretty good teams, in my opinion. There's not one that I can honestly say they're like, at least not anymore. This is all 8 teams I can really say have a shot at winning the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Do I see maybe one over the other? Yes, but I'm not going to guarantee anything anymore. That's why I've learned I'm not going to guarantee any wins, because anything can happen in this league. So I think that all of them have a good shot, and it's going to be a fight to the finish for sure. Some great games that are coming up, and we'll talk about them right now. So I'm going to go ahead and swing on over to Go Cubs, and we'll be right back. All right, hey Go Cubs, how you doing?
I'm good.
Doing good? How's it?
I'm doing good.
How's down there? Is it good? Is it good still?
Down where?
You know what I'm talking about? Is it you're feeling okay?
Sure. I don't know if you're trying to make it sexual, but that's not what I'm going for. So
I just said down there just to see how you'd react if you went like.
Of course, it would be sexual.
Because you could have been talking about your bowels, like who knows?
Stop.
Anyways, welcome back, everyone. So what we're gonna do right now, let's talk about what happened during the wild card weekend.
Sure, let's do that.
So we'll start out with the Chiefs and the Texans game. A absolute blowout of a win. It was sad to watch.
So when I was watching the game, my dad asked, "So who do you want to win this one?" And I went the Chiefs, and then they ran it back for a kick return touchdown.
The very first play.
Immediately after that, I said that.
Yeah, it was, oddly enough, like, it was actually still a fun game to watch. And I think the reason why is because of just watching the Chiefs really was what the fun part. Just seeing how they play on defense, the amount of turnovers they caused. And it was also Brian Flores' fault for a lot of it. But it was still,
right.
At least the first 3 quarters of it was pretty good. The fourth quarter was kind of like, all right, we get it. The Chiefs are moving on. Let's go on to the next game, which is the Bengals against the Steelers. And man, oh man, that was very disappointing, because we both predicted the Bengals to make the Super Bowl. We were hoping that AJ McCarron could pull it out, and they almost did.
You know, the thing is, the first 3 quarters, the Patriots were taking it, or the fucking Steelers were taking it, and I decided, fuck it, my dreams are over, I'm gonna go to bed. And then I saw on Twitter, and Chris texted me, Roethlisberger's out, and the Bengals just scored. So I went back downstairs and started watching the game again. Yeah. And then I was getting really excited. Bengals got ahead by 1 fucking point.
And all they had to do was hold on to the football.
Yep.
Well, actually, what happened is that
they had to stop the Steelers from getting back.
Right, and then Vontaze Burfict got the interception, which was like, oh my god, the Bengals are actually going to win their playoff game. And then the next play, Jeremy Hill began to run the football, got stripped from the football got stripped, and the Steelers picked it up. And then who else but to walk back into the game but Ben Roethlisberger.
He's back.
And he's back in the game, and all of a sudden he begins to drive it down, and they're around, like, they're still on their side of the football field, and it's like 3rd down, 4th down. Ben Roethlisberger throws it to Antonio Brown. He misses it, and it would have been a turnover on downs at that point, I believe. But then Vontaze Burfict hits Antonio Brown in the head, and a flag is thrown. Personal foul. And then a second personal foul by Pac-Man Jones, which basically set up the field goal to win the game by the Steelers.
It was so ugly. I was so disappointed.
It was the worst. It was the absolute worst. And
because the thing is, the Steelers, if the Steelers would have come back on their own and scored, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, I've been like, all right, good job, you guys earned it. But they earned it the first 3 quarters, but then they started playing bad, and then the Bengals started playing really well. And I'm just upset that it didn't come down to the Steelers winning the game. It came down to 2 idiots losing the game.
Basically.
For the Bengals.
And I cannot believe it with the way that the Bengals, like, I was just really just shocked by the whole thing. Like, the Bengals are just trying new ways to lose games. It's just they constantly, and it's upsetting. It's really upsetting. Because they just the city of Cincinnati deserves better, except for the ones that were throwing debris at Ben Roethlisberger as he was getting carted away, because that was just not right.
That's dumb.
It was very dumb. But to those in Cincinnati who are good fans, and I know there are a lot of great fans out there from Cincinnati, hang in there. I mean,
the less we learned from this game is don't put your faith in anything from Ohio.
Poor Cleveland. But yeah,
it's the wrong city, Chris.
No, you're saying don't put faith in Ohio.
Nothing from Ohio.
Nothing from Ohio. You can't put any faith in anything. Oh man, it really does stink. But hopefully next year, as they say every year. Fuck you. Then there's the Seahawks-Vikings game, which I know you missed a lot of, but it was a very fun game to watch, and
I saw the first half of it.
Yeah. And
then I had to go do something, and when I got in the car, I turned it on. They were going over a 4th quarter recap, and I didn't know what the score was, so I was basically listening to an entire quarter within the span of 3 minutes.
Yeah, and it was a defensive battle all the way. Not a high-scoring game in any sense of way, but definitely the Vikings relied on their kicker Blair Walsh for all 9 of their points. They did not score a single touchdown in that game because of how heavy the Seahawks defense is. And the Seahawks only got 1 touchdown after 2 or 3 quarters. And they kicked a field goal, and it was 10-9 at one point, and I think it was about 3 minutes left. The Vikings began to drive it down the field. They were able to run the clock a bunch, and they set it up perfectly. It was absolutely perfect for a chip shot into the uprights and for a field goal if they can do so. So they bring on Blair Walsh, and this guy has been giving them all the points all day. He's gonna give them the win. Nope.
Nope.
No. It goes wide left, and the scene that unfolds is just the Seahawks all on the ground, just praying to the heavens, oh my god, I cannot believe that just happened. We're moving on. And it was, and the Vikings just felt terrible. Blair Walsh had the dignity still to go up to reporters and still talk to them after the game, and then there was like a story earlier today about how like a bunch of kids wrote letters to Blair Walsh saying, which was very, very adorable, and I definitely felt bad for him, but it was a kick that needed to be made to save the Viking season and kick the NFC champions out of the game, out of the playoffs, and it didn't happen.
The thing is, though, is that Blair Walsh also scored all of the Vikings' points.
Yeah, and he deserves credit for it, absolutely.
Yeah.
He does not get credit for all 9 points because he missed the last field goal that would have saved it all.
It would not have been that close had it not been for him in the first place.
Exactly. So
shit happens. Plus, it was fucking below zero.
Yeah, it was cool to watch though, because like you don't see those games very often. They only happens when you're during the playoffs and when you have a game up north. It was cool to watch it being like this kind of like ice bowl type game where everyone was just like, you saw the breath out of all the players as they were playing the game. It was insane to watch the game, and it was a lot of fun. So that, I think that was my favorite game for the whole weekend, was that game, because it ended. It didn't end the way that I wanted it to go, even though I did pick the Seahawks because I kind of like the underdog. But the fact that it was so close the entire time and it had to come down to that, it was a lot of fun to watch. And then the game that I was hoping was going to be more fun to watch, but it was good, not great, was the Packers and Redskins game. Redskins took the early lead, but the Packers were able to come back and score a bunch of points on the Redskins to move on.
And so I won the wild card round.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah, and I did not put my faith in the Packers' offense, but they got it together, and
they got their shit together.
They got their shit together. It was a happy ending for sure.
Put it in a backpack. Took it to the shit store.
And sold it. But yeah, now they have to go from the Redskins to the Cardinals. I don't know how they'll do that, but
not well.
Yeah, not well at all. So we already went over it. Yeah, Go Cubs got 3-1. I did 2-2. I'm hoping to come back this weekend. Who knows? We're picking games now. On to
all right.
Saturday, the early game at 4. The Chiefs against the Patriots. The Chiefs now on a 11-game winning streak.
That, my friends, is a lot of games.
That is a lot of games. After a blowout win over the Texans and a beat-up Patriots, will be getting some of their players back, but there are some iffy things going on with their O-line and everything. So Go Cubs, go ahead and explain your pick.
All right. Well, if you guys didn't know, which you probably don't because I'm usually not talking about football, I'm actually a really big Patriots fan. They've been my second favorite team, behind the Bears for a while. I've liked just power behind it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not picking the Patriots. I'm picking the Chiefs. I think that this win streak is going to carry their momentum even further. I really don't want to see the Patriots in a Super Bowl this year because I don't even want to go into Deflategate right now and that all of that bullshit. But I feel like if the Patriots get into definitely if they're in the Super Bowl, but even maybe if they're in the AFC title round, that discussion will start coming up again, and I don't want to have that discussion start coming up again. So
yeah, the whole thing was really just dumb, and I think that I don't think that another controversy will occur again, but everyone that's not a Patriots fan is gonna be like, oh yeah, they're all cheaters, so what, they win another Super Bowl, and it's just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
get over yourself. But
another day I'll talk about Deflategate.
Yeah, it's stupid. The whole thing.
I kind of want to make like I don't know, but whatever. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Who do you want? Who do you want?
I'm taking the Patriots just because I am 12-4 picking them, which means I have yet to pick against them. The only reason that I have it is just the answer to all of life's questions for the Patriots is Tom Brady. What he can do. If he had an 88-year-old wide receiver and a crippled kid as a running back, he'd able to win games. I'm telling you, he's amazing at what he does.
He is. Tom Brady is incredible.
He's absolutely, like, he's able to pull off magic in terms of winning games. And as someone that is a big New York fan, everyone around here just absolutely hates Tom Brady, absolutely hates the Patriots. But I think that's just because they're so jealous. He's really just a great player, and I think that he can lead the victory against the Chiefs. But we'll see what happens. I'm taking the Pats. So,
all right.
Now
we got a difference right away.
Right away, but maybe more consistent going forward. Packers at the Cardinals. This game I'm really looking forward to. I think it's gonna be a little bit closer. But go ahead, go Cubs.
Wait. Is the Packers Cardinals on Saturday?
Yes, it's on Saturday. It's
okay, so they're not splitting up AFC, NFC. Okay.
Yeah, it's different this time.
All right. Well, Packers Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are a fantastic team, and they're going to wipe the floor with the Packers.
Yeah. I agree.
I think that they've definitely got a lot of support. I mean, like, it's sort of a personal thing because I've liked the Cardinals for a while, and they're much, and their fan base doesn't piss me off.
Yeah, good fan base.
The Packers kind of do.
Yeah,
they're dedicated, but Packers fans that live in Illinois are the worst people. I understand if you're a Packers fan and live in Wisconsin, but if you grew up in Illinois and you're a Packers fan, what the fuck are you doing?
Wow. This is really
it's very personal.
Yeah,
it's very personal.
It's very personal. All right.
I hope the three like good friends I have that are Packers fans don't listen to this.
Yeah. Alright, well, anyways, I'm picking the Cardinals. I am scared for them a little bit because of their performance against the Seahawks a few weeks ago. But I think that it was just because they weren't playing for a lot and they were not giving enough energy into this. They've had a week to kind of recover from it. I'm sure they've learned from their mistakes. They're a great team. Still being without Tyrann Mathieu is a big deal, but I think the Cardinals will take care of business and will beat the Green Bay Packers.
Awesome.
So, on to this is the game I am looking forward to the most. The Seahawks at the Panthers, a rematch of earlier this season. Oh, well, a lot of these are, but this is now, instead of being in Seattle, they're in Carolina, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Go Cubs, take the floor.
All right. Well, my Cat Bowl 2016 those dreams may be gone, but RIP in peace.
Yeah.
I've been rooting for the Panthers this entire season. I love Cam Newton. I love Greg Olsen, and I don't know. There's something about a team that has not been doing well at all the past 10 years or so that suddenly like only loses one game.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
and I hope that they keep going and are able to beat the Seahawks, which they will.
Yeah.
And make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm picking the Panthers in this one. And it's just there's the one issue that I do have with the Panthers is probably again with their secondary. But other than that, though, they can contain. What they can do is they can contain Russell Wilson. And if they get back Marshawn Lynch, they have to be able. They have a great front seven, the Panthers, so they'll be able to contain them. And I just think that the Panthers are way too versatile to have the Seahawks take them down. So the Seahawks, they've been great lately. They've been absolutely fantastic. But some of their flaws were shown during the Vikings game. And I know it was below zero weather, but I still think that those flaws will come out in this game. I'm taking the Panthers.
All right.
And on to the finale of Divisional Round. The Steelers against the Broncos. Steelers maybe without Antonio Brown, maybe Ben Roethlisberger, and maybe D'Angelo Williams. They're basically their trifecta completely.
Well, when
gone.
you say that,
yeah. So, and then the Broncos, Peyton Manning starting a game for the first time since they faced the Chiefs a while ago. So, be very interesting. Go Cubs, what do you got?
Oh, I'm gonna pick the Broncos. As much of a personal, sort of a personal thing I have against Peyton, not against his character, just because he robbed my team of a Super Bowl. Actually, no, it was more our quarterback that robbed us of a Super Bowl, because man, was he terrible.
Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman. Don't even get me started. Okay. But yeah, I like Peyton. He's cool, and I fucking hate the Steelers. So Broncos, go Broncos.
Broncos. Yeah, I hope that Peyton Manning is back to where he. I want to see the Peyton Manning that played in the Green Bay Packer game a while ago. I think that he can come out. I think that he has had time to heal, and I think that he can rebound from the just terrible Chiefs performance when he actually broke a great record and then got benched. Wasn't
the record highest number of interceptions?
No, he got the all-time passing yards record in that game early on, and then got benched because of all the interceptions. Rip.
I'm pretty sure he got that interception record too, though.
Maybe. He got, I think it was like 4 or 5 interceptions in the game. But regardless, I think Peyton Manning is gonna come back. He'll come back stronger, especially against the Steelers secondary that hasn't been amazing. And they have a versatile offense, and they have the best defense in the league. Against Landry Jones, what was it? I don't even know the name of the other running backs. And they have great wide receivers still, Steelers, but I just don't think it's going to happen without Antonio Brown. So Broncos will win this game. And
all right.
I find that very hard to believe that the Steelers would win it. It's not going to happen. So, anyways, on to bold predictions. I'll begin. I'm going to say in the Packers-Cardinals game, the Packers are held just 3 points. 3 points.
Interesting.
Even a bigger... It's either the Cardinals are low-scoring too, or it's going to be even a bigger blowout than it was before. How about you, Go Cubs?
All right. I'm going to say that... Oh, fuck, I had it.
You got it. You got this.
I'm going to say that Tom Brady's going to get injured.
Oh, gosh.
No, I'm not going to say that. That's bad. That's mean.
Tom Brady's going to get injured. Bold prediction. My God.
That's not my bold prediction. I panicked. All right, Chiefs and Patriots are going to go into overtime.
Okay.
God damn, I feel bad now.
So it's fine. I'm not gonna judge you. If anyone judges you in the comments, it's whatever.
No, it's fine.
that
it could happen.
You know what? If Tom Brady actually gets injured, you get double the points that the regular bold prediction gets.
I'm gonna feel terrible now if that happens, though.
It was just so unexpected of a bold prediction. Oh my God! All right, Also, since the
Thanks for making me feel bad.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Speaking of bold predictions, we predicted that the Bengals would make the Super Bowl, both of us, and that didn't happen. So, we are gonna change our Super Bowl predictions now. Go ahead, Gocubs, if you have. What would be your ideal Super Bowl at this point?
All right. Well, so I'm keeping the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that the Chiefs are gonna make it in there as well.
All right, Panthers against the Chiefs for Super Bowl 50. This won't go on the record, but well, it's gonna be on the video, but we won't count it. But
yeah.
Do you want to predict a winner of that or
Panthers?
Panthers? Okay.
Yeah.
For me, sticking with the Cardinals, and I'm gonna put the Broncos in there. So it'll be Cardinals against Broncos for the Super Bowl championship, and it's tough to say. I'm gonna give it to the Cardinals, but the Broncos are definitely gonna keep it close. It would be a good Super Bowl, I think, if those two make it. So,
Definitely.
So that's it for our predictions. I hope Tom Brady doesn't get injured.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't either.
I hope he doesn't get injured. But yeah, I'm so excited for this weekend. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yep. Any other words, Go Cubs? Anything?
Quick public service announcement. If you have Amazon Prime, all video game products are 20% off.
Oh, there you go. There you go. For anyone that this is a video game channel, so if anyone is interested in that, take it up to Amazon. And they'll have all the drones come to you.
Can you select drone delivery now?
Maybe. I'm not too sure. I just know that it has been announced.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually has come out. It'll be interesting though. But
yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Chip Kelly for president, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.